Hello all, I'm ALDWIN399. I'm a creator, currently working on certain art and music projects that are starting to pop up on SoundCloud, that will also begin to pop up on YouTube. These are going to be mixed media art forms with different aspects of music, audio, and visual arts. I have been an artist for a very long time, particularly a musician, and now I'm sort of going outside my comfort zone with that because I have always loved art. So, long time ago, when I started doing music, I was in a band. At the time I was about 16, was one of the first bands that I played in where we would get together and play, and it just blew my mind away. It was like, wow, the sound was so powerful and just sort of innovative. It didn't sound like anything that you had heard before, and it was funny because at that time, before the band got together, I'd been thinking about, oh, I want a group that sounds like almost like the advanced and the beauty and the technical skill of classical and baroque, but it brought forward into some new thing using, you know, the electronic aspects of you know, the modern age, and just complexity but not over complex to, you know, lose the mind's ability to recognize those patterns as music. Like, you know, I'm not gonna name names, but certain, like, I guess freeform artists might go a little bit too far outside the box to where, you know, people are thinking, oh, this is so artsy and I understand it because it's so outside the box, when really there's really nothing there to kind of understand. You know, to each his own opinion, but I think it's because there's really nothing there to understand. It's not patterns. Music is all about patterns. So, when I was in this band, we had trouble coming up with a name at first, and there's an article about it in the Albuquerque Journal, which I'm originally from. We were a band started out in Albuquerque. We won a Battle of the Bands at a venue called Launchpad here in downtown Albuquerque in about 2008 or so, maybe 2009. So already more than 10 years ago that this stuff was going on. I love to go back and revisit those records because, man, they've really stood the test of time. There's going to be samples of those on my ALDWIN399 channel, as well as Roman Wagner's Immorally Sound. Immorally Sound will also have those. We did 2 albums. The first one we ever did was an instrumental album with an engineer named Michael Grimes, a good friend of my father's. And we recorded an all-instrumental album composition, and he had a record company called Thrill Bomb Records, and a few different pretty interesting and pretty elaborate recording projects, along with my father and stuff, and other session players. The second album that we did was just the Radio Fig Jungle self-titled album, and that was, we were already working with an engineer called John Wall, who is like, you know, the best engineer in the city of Albuquerque. Basically, he was also the sponsor to the Battle of the Bands that we had entered in, and so we won that. We had already been recording with him, and we basically were able to earn recording money through that Battle of the Bands, through winning that, and that's how we were able to record that amazing record that you guys can get for free now on SoundCloud. You know, that cost us 10 grand to make. It didn't cost us the full $10,000 because we did win the Battle of the Bands, but it did cost us money to make that album, and it is a beautiful composition. Lots of really lovely songs on there. Check out Turnstiles. Everybody loves Turnstiles, and it's for a good reason. But not a dud in the bunch in my book. It's just a great album through and through. But yes, I'm working on my new album, and that's going to be called Reflections. So first, before I start making the music videos to Reflections and start doing behind the scenes things on Reflections, here's just like some of the Radio Fig Jungle flyers for some of the shows that we did. We'd get pretty interesting artists to, you know, craft us up different designs and things. These two are some of my favorites here, with the beautiful palm tree, that awesome boombox set, and the hippo in the mud. That became one of our like signature emblems almost. We actually have it. We had it on some stickers and stuff. I actually still have a sticker with it on my laptop that I record on. And we did get an article written about us in the Albuquerque Journal. And here's that piece. So it was, let's see if it has any dates. Well, here it is, and it just talks a little bit about our beginning and how, like I said, we struggled with the name somewhat at first, and we had this joke name, and it was the combination of words, Radio Fig Jungle, and it would make us crack up all the time. And every time we couldn't agree on some kind of a name, we'd all joke and say, oh, well, there's always Radio Fig Jungle, ha 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 ha, and laughing about it. And then one day one of us was like, you know what, I'm down to be Radio Fig Jungle. And I was like, you know, I'm down to it. And everybody was just, that was the one name that we could all agree upon. And I feel like it really suits our sound, and it really suits what we were doing, just something totally different at that time. But yeah, I'll post a copy of this on my SoundCloud and hopefully on my YouTube channel too, so that you guys can like read it to anyone who's interested. Like I said, you know, I was probably 15 or 16 at this time. It was from the time I was like 15 to the time I was maybe 18 or 19 that we were working. And so it's pretty cool to check out. There's a lot of cool stuff happening back then, and a lot of cool bands. So this is Bill, and he would do bass and vocals, sometimes guitar as well. Here is Roman Wagner, and he is a shredder on guitar and does beautiful vocals, really good vocalist. This here is Nick Stern, very close friend of mine, Nicholas Stern. And then, of course, me behind the drums. And so I wanted to, I guess, include these older albums and stuff that I felt like, hey, they never really did get their justice. Why not, you know, make a whole new album at a much lower cost? That's one of the lessons that I learned through that is, you know, why not do it all yourself? So on the ALDWIN399 stuff, I do all the drums, I play all the instruments, I, you know, write everything, arrange everything, compose everything, do all the vocals. I'm going to be doing all the artworks, and you know, that's the way to do it, because now I can get to give you guys that music for free. I'm not losing any money on it, and I can shine light on some really interesting stuff that I feel like, you know, never really got its due. And I would love for these other members to also like get recognized and stuff too. On SoundCloud, on the Immorally Sound page, frontman Roman Wagner has a lot of like new stuff always coming out, his own you know, independent stuff. He's always dropping that too, so definitely go check him out and give him a shout out and all that stuff. But yeah, I really just appreciate you guys tuning in, and really from the bottom of my heart, genuinely really appreciate your support. To anybody that's out there supporting me in this beginning process, and anyone that had supported us through the Radio Fake Jungle days. I know there was a lot of people that were just amazing fans. We had the best fans, just amazing diehard fans that would come to every show. It was always a good vibe. Nobody would be trying to fight in the crowd. Nobody would be, you know, getting stupid. Just a great time with really great fans. So all you guys that supported us through that, thank you very much. And tune in to me, ALDWIN399. And thank you guys.